Everybody, and welcome to a new video. And today is the beginning of our motorsport dynasty, legacy, or whatever other adjective you may want to use, because today is the day in which we begin a new motorsport team, in which we literally start from the bottom up. And when I say the bottom, I'm talking about the very bottom. This is going to be a very long, a very tedious, but a very rewarding process, and I'm glad that you are here to join us, where today is the day where we create my own motorsport team. And so without further ado, we are going to go ahead and jump into a new career, and we're going to create a new team. And if you don't know, I am playing Motorsport Manager. It's a game that I have actually put in a lot of hours. It's arguably one of my favorite PC games, but even though it's a PC game, it also has like 3 different versions on mobile, and I've played the first 2 games on mobile and absolutely loved every bit of it. And when I saw that this game was on PC and it went on sale, I knew that it was for me. So this is actually an older version of the game. I think it originally came out in 2016, and there's a newer version of the game that's actually licensed by Formula One, but I prefer to play this game. It's what I'm more familiar with, and plus I feel like there's a little bit more creativity, freedom to be creative, just considering with some of the storylines, and plus it breaks it up from what every other YouTuber is doing and just doing like the licensed F1 game. And so we're gonna end up doing a vanilla career, even though I have this overhaul on. I think it updates some things because, like I said, the game is like 7 years old. But we're gonna go through the process of creating not only myself in the game, but also our team. And so we're gonna go ahead and do the character builder. Like I said, I'm putting myself in the game because, look, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a little bit of a character, but I like to imagine myself actually in the game. And so we're gonna get fully immersed. Yes, this is my actual birthday. No, I was not born in 1996. I'm not that old yet, but yeah, that's my actual birthday. But something that I like about this game is the fact that it is like a management simulation type game, and it's going to be a very long process. I'm just not realizing that the hairstyle does not matter, because we'll be wearing a hat, just like I am currently wearing a hat. Like I said, we're going for immersion, and when I say immersion, the boy is baby faced, so no facial hair. I also wear glasses in real life, so I'm gonna put glasses on. But like I said, I'm a little bit of a character, and because of that, there are going to be certain points in which I want to be immersed and I'm going to act immersed. I might end up doing, I don't know if I'll do full-blown skits and stuff like that, but you'll see what I got cooking. But the backstory is ex-driver. In this parallel universe, we are imagining that I was a former race-winning F1 driver. I had what it takes to not only make it to Formula One, but to also be successful in Formula One. But unfortunately, I had to hang up my helmet, had to retire, but I still had that desire to be in a management position. And I feel like my previous history in Formula One will prepare myself and my team for what is necessary for us to take it to that next level. But as much as I would love to choose a team, we're starting from the ground up. We're going to the European Formula Series, because this would be Formula One, this would be IndyCar, and this would be like Endurance Championship. But I want to take our talents to Formula One, and I want to prove that even though we're starting at the bottom, we have what it takes to build a new American-based Formula One team. Even though right now we're starting in Formula 3, but we have what it takes to take it to that level, because there's not many teams from like the United States in actual Formula One. The only team based out of the United States right now is I think it's Haas, however you pronounce it. But for us, we're starting from the ground up, like I said, and this is going to be the creation of Monsoon Motorsport. And our ultimate goal is that even though right now we're starting small, we plan on taking the motorsport world by storm. So as far as our team logo goes, I know it's kind of boring, I know it's kind of basic, but I want to do a gray and white color scheme because the car itself is going to have some blues. I think for the most part it's going to be blues, grays, and whites. I know it's kind of boring, but for the most part, this is what I want to start off with. Look, we're just getting started out, so we may not necessarily have the biggest creative design team for the logo and for the color scheme of the car for the livery. So look, this is what we're rocking with. We got to get started somewhere, but good thing is, as we continue to grow as a team, as our team continues to evolve, we'll eventually get to a point where we'll be able to expand our creative team and we'll be able to have better liveries and maybe eventually change our logo as well. Now, I said yes, we're going for like grays and whites, but I honestly think like if we did gray and white, that's kind of boring. So we're actually gonna, I think we're gonna do blue and white, and I might do blue and gray. I don't like how that looks. That doesn't look bad, but maybe I need to switch it. I kind of like how that looks. I know like blue is gonna mainly be the primary color of our car, but I like how the blue is accented and gray is the focal point for right now. Now, for whatever reason, I think that like my liveries are glitched, which is kind of weird, kind of wild, but it's not giving me the options that I want. So between these two, we're gonna go with this one. I have no idea what the issue is, but we'll go with this and we'll make it work. Now, I kind of like the like this design because it actually goes pretty well with our logo. But as far as colors go, we are not doing black. I kind of like the blue. I definitely want blue in there. White, that's gonna be one of the main colors of the body of the car. I do not like gray like that. I prefer if it was white, and then maybe we'll do gray as our accent. Nah, that does not look right. So I'm liking how this looks a little bit more. I might just do, that's a lot of white. That doesn't look bad, but we do need some distinction. I want to do gray, but I don't like how this bit up here is gray as well. Let's see. Let's keep this in. So I think we're gonna go with this. I know right now it's kind of basic, but I think that's what we're gonna rock with. As far as our light sponsors, we're gonna go with white. For dark sponsors, we'll just go with black. But because my game wanna be glitched, I can only do so much. So we'll go with that. Now, it looks like these are going to be our financial support offers. As far as these go, to be honest, because we are just starting out, We kind of need to lean towards one of these two. As much as I love Porsche, I would want to go with Porsche, but because we're just starting out, and especially as saying that they already have a active Formula E team and they would prefer an F1 team, because we're currently in Formula 3, or what would be F3, I don't think we're going to lean towards Porsche. I want to, but I don't think we will. Plus, the pressure is high. We're just starting out. We need something that's a little bit more low pressure. Now, even though Rich Energy is low pressure, they don't necessarily have the best um, reputation. So I'm going to go with Ford because, look, they would prefer to go in the IndyCar or the World Endurance Championship over a costly endeavor into Formula 1. Because we're starting into Formula 3, we could go with Ford and then just work our way up where they can financially support us on a small scale right now, and then as we continue to progress from Formula 3 to Formula 2 and then Formula 2 to Formula 1, they won't have to worry about that large financial backing that's required to join straight away into Formula 1. So we're going to go with Ford because of that. Plus, Ford is American, we're American, we're going to support our brothers in arms, and we're going to go with Ford. All right, so this is our lovely home screen, and man, does it feel good to be in the management position. So right now, it looks like our headquarters are actually phenomenal. We'll take a look at our headquarters. But it looks like our performance is best on the grid, and that is more than likely a result of teaming with Ford. We do have $35 million, which is nice, but we need to be financially responsible. But let's go ahead and take a look through our email. Obviously, this is our welcome to the team, and our chairman is Thomas. Thomas has been kind enough to allow us to have this position in which he trusts in my ability to take his funds and turn it into something great. And then this is going to be our lovely executive assistant, Shelly. But right now, one of the things that we need to focus on is where we're going to end up finishing for this season. And this is important because if we select 8th and we do not finish 8th in the championship, then that is going to put a little bit of tension between me and Thomas, because we said we'll finish 8th, and it'll kind of embarrass him as well as the sponsors that we have. But I think that based on our car's performance, our headquarters is best. Our car performance is not. So I think right now, even though we have the financial backing from Ford to potentially grow to be one of the better teams on the grid, I do think that we need to be a little realistic and say that we're going to finish last. But Ricky Bobby has once said, if you're not first, you're last. And even though we may be aiming towards last, I think that we'll be able to fight with some of the teams that are at the bottom who are fighting for 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, and us, which should be us, which would be 10th. I'm going to say 8th because we'll get an extra almost $2 million, which will make a big difference. And I think that anything can happen in the world of motorsport. If, there's a couple of crashes, then there's a possibility of us scoring points. But we do need to see what the points are looking like this year. So nice thing about it is there's points for all drivers, and these are the current rules for our championship. So because there are points for all drivers, there's double points for the final race of the season, and there's other ways to score points as well. There's a possibility that not only will we be scoring points, but there's a possibility that we can also, it's not a possibility we'll be scoring points, it's definite. We're going to be scoring points even if we finish in last or we don't finish the race at all. But because we'll be scoring points, there's a possibility that we could punch higher than we actually currently are at. So I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to select 8th for our target championship. for our target position in the championship. So this is our team scout. She'll be able to scout new talent. Now, something we're going to need to do, because we're just starting out and because we have almost 2 weeks into our first race at Monza, we're going to have to completely overhaul. Yeah, we're going to have to completely overhaul our staff for right now, but we'll get into that soon enough. So before we even design any parts for our car, we need to see where the other teams are at. So right now, this is our team overview. So our car's not too bad. It's all around pretty decent. Yeah, it's all around pretty decent. I'm confused as to how we have the best headquarters when we're level 1 everything. So not too sure about that. But these are the other teams in our championship. But right now we're focusing on us and us alone. All right, so these are our drivers, and let's be real. We're gonna be getting new drivers. This is not gonna cut it. Not gonna cut it at all. And this is the sole reason why we have our lovely scouts. We're gonna scout these drivers that are not on a team right now. And the reason that scouting is important is because, one, we need to be able to know the exact ratings of these drivers, but two, we ain't settling for no regular drivers. We want the best of the best. So that's why I wanted to scout them. But these are the drivers that we know the ratings of right now, and right now I don't think we're gonna settle for some of those drivers. I could probably sign him and he'd probably be pretty decent. So we'll take a look at him. I think that these three may have actually just been the ones who are team released for whatever reason. So we may re-sign them, keep them for this season, and just go with them. But he's 1.5 stars, so we'll have to see how he would compare to everybody else in the championship. So we actually would not know how he compares to anybody else in the championship except for Amanda, because she's 3 stars. So that gives us a general idea. What's their, so they are 5th as far as their drivers go. So they're kind of up there. Where do we sit with our drivers? We're probably last. Yeah, we're last. But that's all the information that we have right now. So this makes things kind of tough as to what driver we take. But because this is our first year, we do need a build. So that's what we'll start out with. Maybe we'll just go ahead and take up these 3 drivers and just cut our losses and go with that. Okay, so this is the offer I'm gonna end up going with. I'm not too sure what he's gonna think about it, but he doesn't really have any other choices, and so he's just gonna have to deal with it. Now, I'm also going to reach out to this driver because she's 17. We don't know what her skills look like, but there's a possibility we'll just make her a reserve driver. It's kind of hard because we have no idea what her expectations are because we haven't scouted her. So hopefully we make a good deal. We could make it stick. So the first driver we extended an offer to, he was 27. Our other driver was 17. Hopefully he'll be able to mentor her if we're able to sign both of them. But let's not get our hopes up too much. And I guess we'll sign him too. I mean, he has an ambition to win. So I mean, we want to win, but I'm gonna be honest. It does not look like we're gonna be punching too hard this year. And he could take that 1 year contract because he's so low. Like, we really got to work on some things this year if we want to be able to compete. All right, so we were just taking a look at our drivers. Let's take a look at our staff. This is we got so much work to do. Now, this right here might be a hidden gem. I know her stats are pretty abysmal right now, but one, she's going to be better than who we currently have. And two, because she's 1 star right now, she's kind of young for a chief engineer. The nice thing about it is she has the possibility of being almost 5 stars. So if we can get her now and just hold on to her, retain her talent, give her a 2-year deal like she would like, then that would help us out significantly down the long run, because we do not only want to get that talent, but we also want to retain it as well. Since Ford was so nice to give us a little bit of a generous offer to help us out with our financial backing, we're going to go ahead and give her a pretty big salary, considering that that's important to her. We're gonna kind of give her a contract that she wants, sign her for this year and next year, and then we will also go ahead, because like I said, we want to not only obtain the talent, but we also want to make things, you know, pretty attractive so that we can retain her as well. Now, that was for our chief engineer position. We're going to go over to our race engineers. We're going to need 2 race engineers. And right now, it doesn't... We could go with, like, Tom Woodbridge. He doesn't look too bad. Or we could go with Samantha Stafford. She wouldn't be too bad. But Becky is also looking like a good option, considering we're trying to go for that potential. And going up too high, we probably won't be able to get some of that talent. But let's try and go for Becky. Same thing, 2-year contract, high potential. So right now, in the short term, we're not looking too good, but I think that in the long run, we have, you know, the potential to grow to be a really strong team. And then if we get her and unlock this right here, this will be really helpful. Faster pit stops is such a game changer. I think we're gonna go with Samantha. We'll sign her to a 2-year. I'm not too worried about her being on the team for 2 years. More than likely, she won't even get to that third star potential in 2 years. But hopefully we're able to lock in the drivers that we're looking at, as well as the staff that we're looking at. Now this is like I said, this is one of the things about a new team. Like, there's a lot of work that we're gonna have to put into the team, and right now we're just gonna go through, overhaul just about everything, get everything the way that we want it, and then we're gonna keep on rocking and rolling from there. So right now, let me put our best. So in this series, not everybody does everything, or not everybody is a specialist. So some people are going to be changing out tires and refueling the car, but we want to get our best in every position. That way we're maximizing everybody's skill set and talents. This person's a 9 on refueling, so we'll put them here. I don't like that there are 1 on tires, because that means they're going to take forever. But I think for right now, that's where we're at. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. This is pretty good. This is okay. I don't like the tires, but that's just where we're at right now. But I think I'll definitely hire this gentleman right here. Pretty young, 1.5 stars. For where we're at, this is going to be significant, because I could put him on the front jack, the rear jack, or he could be fixing parts, which hopefully we don't have to worry about part reliability early on, but if we need to, then we got to do what we got to do. Is there anything that's good for tires and fixing your tires and refuel? So we're gonna hire him. And then, is there any other categories? We could sign him, put him on the rear jack, put the other guy on the front jack. But we'll sign him. Higher stamina, lower mistake percentage, same cost, and he's younger. And then we'll put him on the rear jack, put him on the front jack. And then right now our pit time is 16.31, which is pretty slow. I know our drivers are not going to be too happy about that, but at least we're 9th on the grid and we're not last. You know, any way in which we can get an advantage is going to be beneficial. And then right now we don't have any sponsors, but yeah, beautiful thing about this is only the beginning, and we have a long ways to go before we reach success. But I'm gonna go ahead and end everything right here. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, do whatever it is that you do to show any form of support and appreciation, because I very much appreciate it. But without further ado, it's your boy Mouse, and I hope to catch you in the next one.